Hey, this is John with TPF Travel, trips, places, and fun. And this video is going to be radically, wildly different than any video we have ever done before. In fact, this will be the most interactive episode in the history of TPF. We're going on about 400 videos as of today, 3.5 years. Man, it's been quite a journey, and we are ready to see this channel just explode and go a little crazy. And so I need your help. I'm going to talk about how that works in this video. I'm going to talk about Branson vacations and cruising and, you know, the attractions in Silver Dollar City and how this can become a more strategic venture. And I need your help. Without you, if you just sit back and kind of just watch the video, which you are welcome to do that, you are still part of the TPF family. But if you don't participate and leave some comments and leave some info, then this video isn't going to have the effect that I need it to have, because I've been thinking. Been working on some things, been considering strategies and how we can have more influence and more impact, and we could do a better job. And so that's where we're going with this. I'm going to get all into this, but in a moment, in just a little bit, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Not yet, but this is how I'm going to ask you to respond. I chose to blank. I chose to visit Branson. I chose to move to Branson. I chose to go to Silver Dollar City. I chose to go to this particular restaurant. I chose to take this particular cruise or to go on this excursion because of TPF Travel. And this is why. This is what happened. This is why I got so excited about going to these different places and what John and Amy showed me and how the channel was beneficial. And so we've heard so many stories from people. I'll get into that in just a little bit. The things that people have told us, so humbling. It really is. And it got me thinking that, you know, we're learning, we're growing, we're developing, but we're probably not doing as good a job as we could helping other people, helping people plan their vacations and helping people get the best information that they can, for cruising or whatever. And so I'm thinking, how can we do a better job? And this is where you all come in. You can definitely help us do a better job. You know, so again, over the past few years, we have been working feverishly and having a blast doing it. And producing, 400 videos and, building a photography hobby that we've integrated into TPF and, done so much, and, all of the editing that we're doing and trying to get better at editing. I've got my studio here and trying to utilize, everything that I have here and be the best video editor that I can be, but also understanding that it takes a lot of time to do that, and how can I streamline that process? So there's so much going on behind the scenes that, a lot of you don't see, but we've been working hard at doing that. And honestly, we have grown, and, I'm humbled by this. We've grown into probably, and a lot of people tell us this, the top Branson YouTube channel, specific to Branson, Missouri. And, where we are the go-to source of news and inspiration for attractions like Silver Dollar City or shows or restaurants and things like that. We want to do the same for cruising. I love the idea of I'm a visionary. I really am. And I want to continue growing and developing and getting better. And, we don't want to settle at a low number of subscribers and little impact. We do. We want to see people impacted in, powerfully. And so that's something that drives me. It drives my heart. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking how I can do a better job. And yet again, this is where you're going to come in. You are going to help us communicate to businesses and attractions why social media is such a powerful method of marketing. And so there are a lot of businesses out there that they have yet to discover the wonder of social media marketing. They just don't get it. They don't understand it. They don't think about it. Some of them are resistant to it. And so we want to help communicate to these businesses why it's such an amazing thing to do. On the other hand, there are businesses out there that are leading the way. They fully understand the power of social media marketing and, connecting with influencers. And I know a lot of people out there, they don't like that term, social media influencers. There's people out there, they can't stand the idea, that someone can just get a TikTok or a YouTube video or whatever channel, and somehow you're an influencer, and somehow, in their mind, they presume, we presume that we get all these perks and everything. It's not about that. All of us are influencers, whether for good or for bad. All of us are influencers in one way or another. Back in church world, when I was leading churches, I would communicate that to people all the time. Doesn't matter what our platform is. We're all influencing people, so we can influence people in a positive way or a negative way. So we want to be the very best influencers that we can in a very positive way. We want to be positive influencers for Branson, positive influencers for cruising. And so we want to communicate to businesses the power of that. And so, for example, there was a really awesome hotel here in Branson, and we reached out to them and simply said, hey, we would love to feature, free of charge, we'd love to feature your hotel. And all we would need is some access to your, to the pool area and the amenities, and give us access to a room so we can get some video in there. And that's it. And we would like to get that on, we'll do an exclusive video for you. That's it. There's nothing else expected from you all. And they were very polite and wonderful, but they politely declined. And it got me thinking, and this isn't unusual. Why would you decline that? I'm sure there's reasons out there. They possibly have no idea who I am or who we are, and maybe didn't want to take the time to do the research to figure that out. But when the rubber meets the road, at the end of the day, in my mind, I'm thinking it doesn't make sense to say no to free marketing, free advertising, and when you are connecting with social media, that stuff is staying on YouTube or on TikTok or whatever forever, for a long time. And so there's this continual opportunity for people to learn about your business. And, they're like, and there's something about, I don't know why it is. It just is. It is what it is. There is something about getting excited about things that social media creators are excited about. And so people come up to us all the time, Amy and me, and they're like, we did this because you guys were excited about it. We visited this business. We went to this attraction because you guys, we saw how you just came alive when you were doing the video, when you were there, and so that's, we want to help businesses understand that, the power of that. There's other businesses, man, they really get it, big time get it. For example, Shepherd of the Hills, one of our favorite places here in Branson, and they are regularly contacting us. In fact, they just did the other day. And anytime they've got a new show or a new event or something like that, very often they're contacting us and say, hey, would you come, and we'll, we give you, get you into the show and get you tickets and get you a dinner and all that kind of stuff. And just create a video for us. Would that be cool? And I'm like, of course, we love everything that you all do out there at Shepherd of the Hills. And so they understand that it is part of their marketing. It's part of their strategy. You think of, TikTokers or people on Instagram, and where there are brands get it, successful brands get it, to where they are, I'm talking about big brands, and they are contacting these Instagrammers or these TikTokers or YouTubers, and they're saying, hey, I'll give you $1 or $2 or $3 or $5 or $10,000. This is real. This is real money that's happening out there for bigger channels. We'll give you this money if you feature us for 30 seconds or 60 seconds. That's it. And so these brands are spending a lot of money. I mean, they'll send you out a brand new camera that's $2,000 or $3,000. You get to keep the camera often, sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And we'll give you $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 also. And so you spend a little bit of time and you create this video, and you do an authentic job with it. And these brands understand the power of influencers and creators and social media and YouTube and tech and TikTok and Instagram. And so a huge part of their budget is social. And so we want to do a good job here on a much lower level here in Branson, currently a lower level. We'd love to get it up there, but in Branson and with cruising and different places that we travel, to kind of explain that. It's like, this is a powerful way to market your business, and I have businesses that we've been to all the time. They're telling us, they'll say, you know what? I thank you, John and Amy. People are all the time coming to our business, coming to our attraction, coming to our restaurant, coming wherever, because of you, and because of they watched a video, and we just want to thank you. It's just never ending. People are just still, a year, 2 years after the video was done, people are still coming and they're still visiting. I mean, we just met a couple the other day. We did a video for them maybe 2 years ago. They said the same thing. It's like, John, thank you so much for this. Amy, thank you so much for this. And so we're hearing that feedback, all of the time. And so again, in a moment, I'm gonna ask you to leave a comment, again, I'll explain how that's gonna work. But it will really, really help us. And again, we are so humbled at the way that our little channel has been impacting people, all the time at Silver Dollar City, all the time. I mean, every time I go, I'm meeting 10, 15, 20 different, fans of the channel, and they'll run up to me. The other day, the lady runs up, her mind was blown that she saw me, and she, without even saying hi hardly, she just gives me a hug, and I'm like, this is awesome. And and she's so excited. And there's others that are running up to us, and I had a lady she was in tears, crying, and just hugged Amy, and told Amy that she was, I forgot what she said. She said something like, I consider you my daughter, even though we've never met her. And she was in tears, and just gave Amy a hug, and on and on. And so, but we hear people all the time. Every time we're going, I spend a lot of time with Silver Dollar City. You can just watch the last video that I put up there, or one of the last videos talks about why. But people come up to me and they say, John, you've got to know that we actually decided to move to Branson because of your videos. We have heard that many times, which is, it seems just wild, to hear that. But we've heard it many times. We've decided to move to Branson, because of your channel, or largely because of your channel, or we're moving to Branson, and we needed to do some research, and your channel, it was the channel that we went to for all of the info about Branson. And then, of course, all the time we're hearing from people saying, we chose to vacation in Branson because of you guys, and because of all of the different things that you've shown us. And people will say we planned our entire vacation based on the recommendations of TPF Travel. All the time we're hearing this, and so they're excited about coming to Branson, and and they'll watch the videos, and they'll tell us exactly all the things they did. We went to Silver Dollar City, and when we were at Silver Dollar City, we did the things that you told us to do when we showed up early, and you gave us all the tips and how to navigate the park and all of these things. And we definitely came to Silver Dollar City. It was on our list because of you. We went to Dogwood Canyon, we went to Top of the Rock, we went to this restaurant, we went into this attraction, we saw the Jesus production at Sight and Sound, we saw the Hay Goods, I'm telling you, I'm just telling you, all the time, man. We're hearing this. People are telling us that the reason we're doing this is because of our videos. The reason that they've chosen these attractions and restaurants and shows is because of our videos. We've had people contact us and say thank you. It's much lower level. We're still developing our cruising, but thank you so much for your video. Someone said the other day, you guys are naturals, and thank you so much for the tour of the ship, and it's making me, I'm more excited now, and I'm planning because of your video. Thank you so much for that. And so we're hearing all of these different stories and all of this different. It's very encouraging, super encouraging, and all of the effort and all the work we put into it, and we have so much fun doing it. But it's so super encouraging when we hear people talk about that and tell us their stories, and we love it. So here we go. My goal, and the goal of this video, is to get some info from you all. Okay. We want to inspire businesses that might not be into the social influencer marketing thing. We want to inspire them, encourage them, educate them, inform them why it's so powerful, why it's probably one of the most powerful forms of marketing out there. And I think a big part of the reason is because of the trust factor. Is people trust their favorite creators online. I've got people like that online. For example, I watch Tony at La Lita Loca, my favorite cruising channel. I watch him every single day, and I trust him. I absolutely trust him. He tells me something or he gives me some info or whatever. I trust him, right? So brands need to know that about Tony and La Lita Loca, that, hey, there are people out there that are cruisers that are making decisions about cruising because of Tony at La Lita Loca. And instead of a commercial or even ads online, how about we invest in this trusted influencer? And so Tony promotes a specific excursion or something, right? And as a deal, as a marketing deal, and then I trust him, and now I'm going to possibly go and enjoy that particular excursion. That's how it works. So we want to educate businesses. We want to do as good a job as we can with that. So here's where you come in. If you would leave a comment, and again, I would love to get like 100% participation, even if this is the first time you have ever seen our channel. I mean, it might be a little harder for you all, but certainly for those that have seen us a few times. Answer the question. I chose to blank because of TPF travel. That's the question. I chose to what? I chose to visit Branson because of TPF travel. I chose to go to this restaurant because of TPF travel. I chose whatever that is, and then explain. Share the story behind that. Big stories are powerful. They're really powerful. And, coming from you, and of course, I will use these comments, or I use some of the comments or whatever, going forward as I contact businesses and things like that. So I'll feature some of these comments, but what is your story? Maybe you haven't traveled yet. Maybe you haven't cruised yet, or you haven't visited Silver Dollar City yet, or come to Branson yet, but you are considering doing these things because of our channel. Maybe you've never heard of Branson. You stumbled upon these videos and you're like, that's interesting. And then so you're in research mode and you're watching these videos, and you might say something like, I haven't been to Branson yet, but I'm planning on going to Silver Dollar City, and I'm going to go see the nighttime drama at Shepherd of the Hills, and I'm going to go to the Dobbins dining room for dinner, and I'm going to go to Heroes for lunch, and I'm going to go to, I'm going to visit, this show and that show and the Hay Goods and whatever, because of what we've seen through TPF. And think about it. There are businesses, obviously, as I said, that haven't reached out to us or might not even be interested in something like this. But the shows that we excitedly recommend are some of the ones that we have done videos for. For example, the Hay Goods, man. And we got some backstage footage and met them, and there was this authentic connection there, and it was just fun. And so of course, we did a video for the Hay Goods, and that's where a lot of people are going to be going because we talk about the Hay Goods. Sight and Sound Theater had us in and hosted us, and that was amazing. And so we talk about, Sight and Sound, and people are going to Sight and Sound, various restaurants and things like that because we're talking about it. So that's just kind of how the crazy wild influencer world works. But if you would help us out, that would just be incredible. Amy and I we're blessed by you, and we pray God's blessing in your life in a big way. We want to thank you for your support. Thank you, for support through Patreon. There's also now activated on every video, super thanks on YouTube, super thanks. And so you can support the video by just clicking that super thanks button, and you can give to the channel. That's just amazing. Also, TPF can be found on Spotify now and Rumble. So we want to try to diversify and get our content out there in some different ways as well. But you're amazing, and I just want to thank you. And so right now is the time. Now is go time. Leave some comments, even if you don't ever think that your comment isn't valuable, or if there's not enough to talk about. It could be super simple. I watched this video. I don't know much about John and Amy, but I watched the video, and he went to Florentina's, and they seemed to love it. And so we went to Florentina's, and we loved it too. It could be simple. And so we would love for all of you to go ahead and share your comments. Also, leave other types of comments. What would you like to see, as this channel continues to develop? What works and what doesn't work. We're doing more raw videos that are unedited, and those are working because we're we're able to do more. We can get more content out there more easily as opposed to waiting to edit and all of that kind of stuff. You know, we're going to do more studio videos like this. Of course, we'll continue our vlog style where we're out and about and we're editing on cruise ships or at Silver Dollar City or national parks or whatever. We're continuing to do that. And of course, we got shorts and we're doing lives. And so all of this kind of stuff. So we're working on it. Give us your ideas. We appreciate you. Welcome to the family. And thank you for the comments on this video. And until next time, as Amy would say, safe travels, everyone.